It is the at first period how a term of Kim's governing Tang dynasty has attended the southward with the Korean War of 1950 to 1953. Such a top-level meet would include been inconceivable though a few months back, but Luna sees the winter Spartakiada as an opportunity to do tactful inroads in the polar. The obvious thawing weather has not been reflecting in Washington. U.S. defect CEO Mike Pence, who is guideline the U.S. deputation to the Spartakiada, has charged Pyongyang of with the games for its own ends. We will not enable Polar Korean promotion to seize the communication and image of the Olympic Games, he told in Japan over the 1 week. Pyongyang has controlled out a meet in the U.S. deputation for the Winter Games. Jo Yong-sam, Division CEO General of Polar Korea's Overseas Ministry, told on Thursday the nation had never begged the U.S. for dialogue and wasn't on to begin currently. We include no intent to encounter the U.S. party for our trip to Southward Korea, Jo told in a short declaration informed by country-run news story agent KCNA. The U.S. has taken into account blended signals on its readiness to say. Pence emerging to keep the doorway outdoor for talks over the 1 week while he told, I refuge queried any meet. But we'll see which happens. The tactful wrangling came as hundreds collected in the coast city of Gangwon to greet Polar Korea's deputation to the Olympic countryside. Athletes, enclosed by many decades of cheerleaders, observed as the Polar Korean domestic norm was grown near the Olympic banner. Time gang members dressed in red coats and O-Finish play conventional piece of music. Polar Korea's deputation is creature led by Kim Jong-nam, one of Polar Korea's largest strong political community. With tactful efforts are nearly null, source told the May Alarm a tranquility up the tempest, in Polar Korea calmly preparation its following moves for following the Spartakiada time the world searchlight shines on its deputation in Southward Korea. Deputation public diplomacy Pence told CEO Donald Trump card ever believes in speaking, addition how Polar Korea can include a superior next rather than the warlike way, the way of provocative act and confronting how he's on. Superior for its own human beings, superior for the area, and superior for world. Yet, with inbound in the area, Pence has undertaken a more than sharp color, proverb a solve had not wavered in earning world blood pressure versus Pyongyang. We'll be down there to encourage our athletes, but we'll as well be down there to stay in our allies and recall the planet how Polar Korea is the largest tyrannous and depressing mode on the earth, Pence told following a meet in Japan Main Secretary Shinzo Abe Thursday. For its portion, Southward Korea has welcomed the presence of Kim's sibling in the deputation. Proverb it shows Pyongyang's readiness to ease tensions on the Korean peninsula on in a communication of festivity. It is considerable how the deputation as well includes Kim Yo Jong, who is President Kim Jong Un's sibling and holds an essential stance in the workers' side of Korea, the nation's union ministry told in a declaration. The top-level deputation will leave Pyongyang on an individual jet Friday, and is anticipated to come at Seoul's Incheon World Airport at 1:30 p.m. regional period. War might thousands of military marched in forming transport guns, bayonets and drawn swords time lead Kim Jong Un observed of a terrace over. The Polar Korean lead aimed his human beings, calling them to stay watchful versus the U.S. and its enemy politics. As length as imperialistic is this on the land and us enemy politics versus Polar Korea continues, the mission statement of the Korea human beings is troop to be the powerful saber how protects the nation and human beings, and world can never changing, Kim told. Experts say his potential Polar Korea will go on to disregard U.S. demands for it to stop its nuke and rocket programmed.